From stories across the globe to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifah Tahir.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Charita Minipurarachi, and let's move on to the headlines for tonight's news.
749 vehicles which attempted to cross provincial boundaries were turned back. 323 offending motorists have been severely wounded. India reopens its territorial boundaries to foreign tourists after 19 months. Principals in the Anuradhapura district say that they will report to work on the 21st. A presidential task force on green agriculture. Price paid to farmers on a litre of milk has been increased by 7 rupees. A leading global financial company says that the world oil prices would remain at a higher level for a considerable period.
We move on to those and other stories in detail now. Inter-provincial travel restrictions will continue to be enforced till the 21st of this month. Authorities have taken measures to strengthen travel restrictions between provinces with the commencement of a long weekend that has begun today. Accordingly, vehicles and persons who have exempted or attempted to travel across provinces were subjected to thorough inspection. 158 road blocks have been set up covering all provinces in the island. The police says the 6,505 vehicles and 15,131 persons who have come to travel via provincial boundaries were inspected in the 24 hours that ended at 6 o'clock this morning. It further says that 749 such vehicles were turned back and stern warnings given to 323 offenders.
කාර්ය අවස්ථාවක විතරයි යන්න දෙන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට. එන්නේ හරියද? කොහොමද වෙන්නේ? ඒකට මේක පොඩි කට්ටියක් අරගෙන. ඔබට දුට අයින් කරලා නවත්තන්න ඔයාලා පාස්වර්ඩ් වාඩි කරලා යන්න. ආපසු KE 96 11 කොළඹ දෙසට හරවන්න. මාරි උත්තරනේ කවුරුද කියලා. මේකයි මාතේ බාර උත්තර කරන්න පුළුවන් කාර්යයක් නෙමෙයි. ඒවට තව ඉස්සර කාර්යයක් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගන්න ඕනේ. තේරුණාද? ඉස්සරහට ඒක කාර්ය ලැබෙනකන් ඉඳලා ගන්න රටේ කවුරුද අපි මොකද්ද කියලා.
මේ වෙනකොටත් අපිට වාර්තා වෙලා තියෙනවා අපි අත්අඩංගුවට අරන් තියෙනවා දැනටත් නොයෙකුත් පළාත් වලින්
State Minister Dilum Amanugama says that even if inter-provincial travel restrictions were not lifted on the 21st, they still hope to deploy several buses between provinces by obtaining a special permit.
හමුදා සොල්දාදුවන් දෙදෙනෙක් සහ හෙදියන් දෙදෙනෙක් පමණයි හිටියේ. අනිකුත් 48 දෙනාම අත්‍යවශ්‍ය නොවන කටයුතු සඳහා යන අය රුපියල් 2000 අය කරපු තැන් තියෙනවා. සමහරක් වෙලාවට අම්පාරේ අපිට වුණා අම්පාරේ නම් කොළඹට රුපියල් 2500ක් අය කරලා මගින් ප්‍රවාහනය කළා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් මගින්ට ගමන් බිමන් යෑමේ අවශ්‍යතාවයක් තියෙනවා. රාජකාරී වලට යෑමේ අවශ්‍යතාවය තියෙනවා. ඒකට වැඩපොළවල් විවෘත කරලා බස් නොදා ඉන්න එකේ ඒ තරම් හොඳ දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. නමුත් සෞඛ්‍ය අංශවල උපදෙස් වලටත් අපි සවන් දෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ නිසා තමයි 21 වෙනිදා වෙනකන් අපි මේ සීමා පවත්වාගෙන ගියත් තාම පැහැදිලිව අපි බස් හිමියන්ට ජනතාවටත් කියන්න ඕනේ. 21 වෙනිදාන් පසුව පළාත් අතර සංචරණ සීමා ඉවත් කෙරුවොත් සාමාන්‍ය පරිදි ධාවනය කරනවා. ඉවත් නොකෙරුවත් විශේෂ අවසරයලත් යම් බස් රථ ප්‍රමාණයක් අපි රාජකාරී සඳහා යන අයට යොදවන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
488 COVID-19 infected persons were detected in Ireland today. 25,132 patients are continuously receiving treatment. 347 patients have been fully recovered from the disease today. The total number of fully recovered COVID-19 patients is 492,305. 23 COVID-19 related deaths have been reported yesterday. The Director General of Health Services said today that out of this number, 18 of them were of the age of 60 years or above. He further said that 5 of the victims were between the ages of 30 and 59 years. Administering of the Pfizer vaccine to students of the ages of 18 and 19 years in the Colombo district has commenced yesterday. Health Division says that the vaccination program is being conducted successfully. They also say that the vaccination program of those between the ages of 18 and 19 years in other districts in the island is scheduled to commence on the 21st of this month. A COVID-19 vaccination program on students between the ages of 18 and 19 years has taken place at the Vivekananda National School in Kottahena today. Under the program, students of the Fatima Vidyalaya Kottahena and Al Husaniya Vidyalaya and Kottahena Central College have been vaccinated at the Vivekananda National School in Kottahena. Similar vaccination programs were also conducted at the Piliyandala Central College today. An inoculation program was also conducted at the President's College Rajagiriya, students of the President's Girls' School Rajagiriya, Heva Vitarana Central College and the Sri Javardhanapura Hindu College have been vaccinated at this occasion. Similar vaccine program also took place at the Maharagama Central College today. The total number of 27,488,241 persons have so far been vaccinated under the COVID immunization program in the country. The number of those who have received the first dose of the vaccine is 14,767,768. Those who have been fully vaccinated is 12,720,483. The number of those who have been fully vaccinated yesterday was 73,807.
And meanwhile, President of the Intellectual Forum of Child Disease Specialist and Child Disease Specialist Professor Shaman Rajendradit said that this vaccination program is able to carry forward in an extremely successful manner. He has requested all parties and adults not to be deceived by misconceptions. He says that further pointed out that it was have been proved through medical science that vaccination would lessen the harmful effects of COVID-19 disease.
We very kindly request the public come and get their adolescents vaccinated in this program. Up yesterday, after the completion of the program, there were no major side effects when they received the vaccine. Therefore, we would expect that to be moved forward in the same way in the future as well. I must very kindly request all of the public to get their vaccination and keep the social distancing and keep their good health hygienic habits as it is, and that in that way we can prevent another epidemic. We can sustain the health indices that we have achieved so far. I am saying that because we are very clearly noticing the admission rates to the National Hospital as well as to the Lady Hospital is coming down. We have released some of the wards that we have acquired for COVID-19 patient care to normal work. Therefore, the things are moving very nicely forward with the vaccination program as well as the hygienic measures that the public is taking. So that as College of Pediatricians, I would urge the public to continue their good hygienic measures, wear the mask, wash their hands, keep the social distancing, and as same as get their children and adolescents vaccinated as soon as the time allows. This timetable will be known to you very soon through the media and through the schools, so that you can bring your adolescents to hospitals or MOH clinics or to the school and get them vaccinated. That is the message from Sri Lanka College of Pediatricians.
And taking a look at the situation in India in terms of the pandemic, India is set to reopen its borders to overseas travelers as it relaxes COVID-related restrictions amid a drop in daily infections. Starting yesterday, the country will grant tourist visas to travelers arriving on chartered flights. The facility will be extended to those arriving on commercial flights from the 15th of November. Foreign tourists who land in India yesterday will be the first to come into the country in 19 months. No tourist visas have been issued since March 2020, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government shut the country's borders to rein in the coronavirus pandemic. In the past few months, though, some visas for diplomats and foreign business officials have been reinstated. The decision to allow foreign tourists, announced earlier this month, comes at a time when India's daily COVID cases have been falling. The country has been recording about 20,000 daily positive infections, down from a peak of 400,000 daily cases during a devastating second wave that swept India in April and May. More than 70% of the population has received one dose of the vaccine.
Principals in the Anuradhapura district say that they will report for duties when the schools are reopened on the 21st of this month. They say that they will continue to engage in teaching despite whatever obstacles, as future of the children is education. Minister S.M. Chandrasena has presided over a discussion on the reopening of schools in the Anuradhapura district today. Many teacher, principal, trade union representatives in the district have participated in the meeting. The principals and teachers said on this occasion that children as well as the teachers in the Anuradhapura district are waiting to recommence educational activities in their schools. National organizer of the Sri Lanka Podujana Educational Services Union, Sisira Kumara Ratnayaka, said that the Prime Minister has promised to increase the salaries in 2 stages. Accordingly, salary increments will be made in next January and also in January 2023. He further said that all trade unions have expressed their agreement to this decision. The national organizer of the union added that, however, some groups, after attending the meeting, had stated their intention to carry forward the trade union agitation by giving numerous definitions to this issue. He added that these unionists are being fed by Tamil diaspora and the NGOs. They are being motivated by the instructions of the trade union leaders of the Janatha Vimukti Peramuna and trade union leadership of trainee teachers appointed by the UNP. There was a bhikkhu and persons connected to the previous government of good governance behind the agitation. He further said that he has requested teachers and principals to understand the agenda of this group. Venerable Maga Kande Sudanta Thera said that demands of the teachers are very reasonable. He added that, however, all must follow an extremely flexible policy at this moment of crucial economic crisis. He has also requested teachers to temporarily suspend their agitations in the interest of the future of the children. The government will not take any responsibility in the event of any conflict between teachers and parents. The teachers' trade unions will also not take the responsibility of such a situation. Therefore, he added that the trade unions should not fall into such an unfortunate state of events.
Presidential Task Force for a Green Agricultural Industry has been established by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The task force has been set up taking into consideration the need to provide the necessary incentives for the manufacturing of organic fertilizer to suit the environmental-friendly local conditions. Another objective has been to minimize the production of harmful agrochemicals by means of research and innovations, as exemplified through the Saubhagya Dakma program's policy statement. The task force is comprised of 14 members. Chairperson is Vijit Valikala and the secretary is Vernon Pereira. The other members are Lalit Senaviratna, SKB Kasuntaraka Amal, RB Rasika Tusita Kumara, Malinda Senaviratna, Dr. BKJ Kavantissa, Samantha Fernando, Chaminda Hettikan Kanamage, Samudita Kumarasinghe, Ajit Randunu, NM Khalid, Shami Kirinde, Nirmala Karaugoda and Nishanta De Silva. The task force is being entrusted with the tasks of preparation of a methodical program for the maintenance of suitable green agriculture, identification of relevant organic fertilizers and the development of the production of such fertilizers, local manufacturing of agricultural pesticides and weedicides. The task force is also required to discern the supervision and the implementation of methodologies pertaining to the importation of items in a restrictive manner under the approval of the Sri Lanka Standards Institute. It also is empowered to look into the shortages that may arise due to fulfillment of requirements by means of local production. Another task entrusted upon the committee is to propagate the communication activities relating to popularization of health, social and economic benefits of organic food production and consumption. Another responsibility is to shoulder the burden of expansion of project services based on organic agriculture on the field level and also to seek the active cooperation of the state sector.
The Ministry of Agriculture says that farmers in many districts are now preparing for the paddy cultivation in the Maha season. The ministry points out that although certain politicians were engaged in attempts to turn the paddy cultivation in the Maha season into a crisis, farmers, especially those in the eastern province, have already commenced their cultivation activities. The national television team have witnessed how the farmers were preparing their muddy and surface lands for paddy cultivation in the districts of Ampara, Batiklo and Trincomalee. The cultivators in Batiklo, Iravur and Manumundputtu are relying on water on large-scale irrigation projects and rainfall for their crops. The Minister of Agriculture says paddy seeds have already been sown in thousands of acres in land in the area. It has also been reported that many farmers were engaged in sowing seeds with expectations of receiving rainfall by the 20th of this month. The Minister of Agriculture further says that the Batticaloa district storage is already receiving stocks of imported fertilizer and liquid organic fertilizer. The Batticaloa district Deputy Agrarian Development Commissioner Krishantha Jahananath has expressed optimism on receiving all fertilizer requirement for paddy cultivation in the district by the end of next week.
In the meantime, the Milko company has decided to increase the price being paid on a litre of milk by 7 rupees with effect from the 1st of next month. Chairman of the company, Lasantha Wickramasinghe, says that the decision has been taken in parallel to the decision to increase the price of milk powder. The chairman of the Milko company, Lasantha Wickramasinghe, said that the Milko company has been agitating continuously to withdraw the price control on local milk powder. He also said that when the government has decided to remove the price controls, the Milko company has decided to offset their losses and to increase the price being paid for a litre of milk by 7 rupees with effect from the 1st of next month. He has expressed confidence that these measures would pave the way to enhance local milk production and to halt foreign exchange on importing of milk powder. He also said that they are not hoping to increase the price of liquid milk for the time being. Discussions have not yet been conducted on prices of consumer items. The chairman also said that the Milko company has delayed payments to milk farmers during the previous regime. But today payments are being paid on time. Mr. Lasantha Wickramasinghe further said a pension scheme and other welfare measures have also been introduced on milk farmers. He added that they believe that facilities to milk cows should also have to be enhanced in order to strengthen the milk farmers.
Many development projects are underway targeting tourism industry in the Gold Town. The government is spending more than 2 billion rupees in this connection. It has also been reported that 50% of construction in the agro-ecological garden in Holuwagudi in Galle has already been completed. The preliminary stage activities in the Holuwagudi Agroecological Garden was concluded last year. The garden has been named as Diyadam Uyana, which has been constructed by the Ministry of Plantation Industries. The Urban Development Authority is in charge of the project consultancy and design plan. The park has been constructed in an extent of 13 acres. The amount of being spent on the agroecological park itself is 222 million rupees. The main objective of the Diyadam Uyana is to provide a novel experience on agricultural industry to the tourists arriving in the Gold Town. In addition to the agro-environmental garden, walking lanes, a boatyard, a physical fitness centre, a children's park, a vehicle park, a cafeteria of indigenous food and an agricultural sales centre are being constructed. The Minister of Plantation Industries hopes to finalise all construction by the end of year 2022.
A foundation stone has been laid yesterday on a pilgrim's rest at the Digavapi Rajamahaviharaya. Secretary to the Ministry of Defence and the Chairman of the Presidential Task Force for the Management of Archaeological Heritage in the Eastern Province, General Kamal Gunaratne, presided over the inauguration ceremony. The Sri Lankan Navy is extending technical assistance in the project. The Defence Secretary has inspected the conservation activities in the Vihara premises. Reconstruction of the ancient stupa in the Vihara is also taking place. General Kamal Gunaratne has stated that construction will be completed within 1.5 years. Secretary to the Ministry of Defence, General Kamal Gunaratne, said that plans are underway to complete work within a year or 1.5 years' time. He added that the Vihara will be turned into the most sacred place of worship in the Eastern Province through the conservation program. The pilgrims will be able to venerate in freedom in an environment with all relevant facilities.
Now, development news in brief. New computer room and library of the Gonpinuwela Certified School in Hikkaduwa of the Department of Social Welfare, Childcare and Probation Services was declared open yesterday. State Minister P.L. Nishantha has presided over the event. The computer centre has been established with online facilities under the island-wide program on the provision of computer units for child development centres. A bridge erected across Pothupitia River linking the villages of Denawakanda and Galavatta in Kalawana, Ratnapura was vested with the general public recently. The project has been carried out under the direction of State Minister Janaka Vakumara. The total cost of project was 45.4 million rupees. A coconut and kithul manufacturing centre under the management of the Kunurangala Plantation Company was declared open to Attanagala yesterday. State Minister Arundika Fernando has presided over the event. Minister Rohit Abey Gunawardena has presided over the vesting in the central general public's two newly constructed Ayurvedic treatment centre in Nagoda and Palatota in the Kaluthura district yesterday. Western Province Governor Marshal of the Air Force Roshan Gunatilaka and Parliamentarian Sanjeev Thirimanna were also present on this occasion. Parliamentarian Gunatilaka Rajapaksa has presided over the declaring open of the newly carpeted and reconstructed Akuruna Sadduma Road in Kandy yesterday. The total expenditure of the project was 34 million rupees. Parliamentarian Dilan Perera has presided over the declaring open of the Saubhagya Manpeta Rural Bridge project in Perahatiya Kinagolla in Halyada today. The cost of the project is 4 million rupees. And with that, we conclude tonight news, which is tomorrow at the very same time. Stay safe. Good night.
Good night.